Yo, welcome back to another video on the channel. Today we'll be doing a movie review on Godzilla vs. Kong. Before we get into that, we just want to say we really appreciate all the love and support. If you are new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. One, it is free, and two, you can always stay updated with the channel. And real quick though, if you want to, appreciate if you hit that notification bell, just so you don't miss a beat.
True. Before we get down into how we feel about the film, we do want to give
spoilers, like kind of thing.
Exactly. Yeah. We're gonna try and give you a spoiler-free 30-second summary. In general, it starts off with Godzilla is attacking places unprovoked. So a company called Apex kind of hires this group of people that work with Kong and kind of just team up, and hopefully they're hoping that Kong can help them find a way that they can protect themselves from Godzilla.
Because quote unquote he's
gone rogue. Yeah. So that's just generally a really brief summary of it. Make sure you watch it because there's a lot more to it than that.
Right. And I believe also that if you are a person who loves action-packed films, this is the type of movie you probably want. If you are a person who loves analytical things, an analytical film, number two probably was it King of Monsters, beautiful, I believe. That one probably gives you a little bit more of that compared to maybe this one.
Yeah.
But all in all, it's a great film. Before we get into spoilers and stuff and reasoning, I gave it a... Honestly, I'd give it probably an 8. I enjoyed the film. No, probably if I really want to be nitpicky, like 7.8. Because it was like that C plus B range. I know. This is like that C plus B range movies. Yeah. Just because as much as I did like it and I did want to see more Godzilla, I did like how King of Monsters was, the second one. Yeah. And also because one of his known humongous rivals was King Ghidorah, sorry. Too much MF Doom.
His own biggest fan, and got a fan base as big as Japan.
Oh my gosh. No, but that's why I was saying.
That's one reason.
It does feel like it goes from Godzilla is more human based, then with King Ghidorah is more even.
Kind of balanced.
And then this one feels really monster focused, which I think there's more people that do enjoy that. But personally, I like the second one more. And that's why I gave this like a 7 out of 10. Because it's just not... I like that science aspect in it, in the second one, and it just felt like it was really lacking in this one. I don't know, that's his personal preference.
But don't get me wrong, like I did watch a lot of the older films and it was kind of more like that.
Yeah.
Where it was all fighting and everything else, which I did not mind. It's just, I think I really do like kind of the mini storyline between the girl who plays in Stranger Things. I don't remember her character's name. But I really liked her I think we both did. Her storyline. Yeah. And it did go from, if you remember the second movie, it goes from her losing her mother, from I believe Godzilla's like ultimate beam that he does when it's a certain amount of space distance where he kind of destroyed the area, and she was involved in that 'cause she was in the middle of all the action. So she ended up dying. What is it? It's Godzilla's or it's Godzilla's? And so after that, I honestly thought we would get a little bit more of a taste of the story between,
like a better update on her.
Right, but but they made us kind of assume that she was just gonna have a normal life, and he went from studying other animals to be involved with the Godzilla issue. Now he's like one of the top tier scientists who's like controlling everything that happens with the government, that happens with Godzilla. Mm-hmm. But it kind of jumped where it kind of made you assume it a little.
Okay, I guess we just have to accept this. There's no convincing of this. Well, this is what happened. This is how they're doing. It's just bam, right into it.
Right. But I didn't mind it either. But I think a minute or two.
There might be some people that are a little thrown off by it, because I was a little thrown off by it.
Because because I was actually thinking. So the movie ended at 1 hour and 53 minutes. I was telling her I think the 7 minutes that they missed out on, or to make it to our film, I think those extra few minutes would have possibly been nice. Not just for human development, it's just, I don't really care about anybody else, but the main storyline between her and her father. Yeah. And I think that would have been nice having those extra few minutes. It
literally is. You get 3 minutes in the beginning of the film and 2 minutes at the end of the film with the daughter and father. That's it.
Well, you get the 2-second phone call in the middle.
Like in the second film, they had a lot of interaction between the daughter and the mom and the dad, and you could see all that dynamic. And this one was like nothing. But I get it. Some people probably really appreciated that there was less. So.
And real quick though, before we do continue on that rant, I just want to say it was kind of funny seeing how King Kong was in the Truman Show. How he was in King Kong was in that bubble.
Yeah.
In the Truman Show with Jim
Carrey. Spoilers. Yeah.
He was just, and then he knew too. That's what I loved about it, that he obviously knew, and he was just fling trees, and he's just like.
I like that they emphasized on Kong's intelligence, in that he wasn't just a Titan. He was very analytical himself, and he was intelligent, and there's a lot more to that, which I appreciated.
Oh, my bad.
Yes.
Yeah, his signing.
Careful.
Yeah, but yeah, no, that was very cool. And,
you owe me a Coke.
Oh, do I?
Yeah.
I guess. The one thing I do love is, there's a few things that I do want to talk about, but one of the main things is the heart and soul of the film was the relationship between Kong and the little girl.
Yeah, that was
awesome.
Yeah, that was a good relationship there. I think that she was a really nice character that was included into it. I feel like there were also some characters who were a little much in the film.
Okay, before you do that,
switching topics.
I just want to give a shout out to my boy though, who was in the film. He was also in Hateful Eight. He was the main bad guy, the Paisano. Very happy
More
to
spoilers.
See. I know. Well, I was very happy to see him. When I saw him, when she saw him, she was the first one to catch it. And normally I am.
No, you're not.
Normally. But usually I do catch it. But I didn't catch it because he was on the TV. That's funny. We were watching him on TV, but he was also on TV. And I didn't really fully see him. And then when he came up close.
Hello. No, keep it going.
No, hold on. My bad. I just wanted to double check. But when he appeared, she actually brought it up saying, it's him from Hateful Eight. And I went,
and a lot
what?
of other things.
Yeah, a few other things. And I was just like, what? And she was like, yeah, look. The Paisa who's not part of the main.
Good cast.
Yeah, a great cast.
Yeah.
And I was like, no way. And then when they did it was just the gray hair and all the spray painting that they put on his hair threw me off.
Just so disrespectful for you to say something like that.
I don't know if he has. I don't believe he has that much gray hair, but they did like slap it on him.
Realize that he's probably aged, and you're just bad mouthing this poor man.
It's only what 6? No, actually, yeah, I feel it. Like 5-6 years. It's not that much.
Poor guy's like, this is just natural.
No, I was just saying it was really cool to see him, and I did not expect to see him to be that villain, but that was very awesome. There was a few other. I love the cast choices. Yeah. I love how they actually put the one guy who tried. Oh.
Yeah.
Never mind. That's kind of a humongous spoiler.
Yeah. So we're just gonna leave it at that. I felt that they were trying to put a little bit too much humor into it. That
was the other characters.
Yeah. So there's in the film there's 3 characters. They're like the dynamic duo of the film.
Trio.
The trio. Yeah.
The girl from
duo
Stranger Things.
2. So I feel like they had 1 serious character and then 2 wannabe funny characters.
And I do want to say one thing about the one character. He was in ATL and he with T.I. and he was also in Joker when he worked at Arkham Asylum.
Yeah. And he was funny.
So when I saw him, I was like, why does he look familiar?
Yeah.
And then her and I went to do something. We went driving, and it finally hit me midway of driving. I was like, oh my gosh, he's from ATL, and he's from Joker. And I was like, I knew him from somewhere. Because it kept bothering me throughout the movie. I was like, I know who. It was cool to see him.
Yeah.
The Bicycle Kid was the one that
he was funny too.
But
I felt like it was just too much. Like they were trying to.
They're feeding off each other a little bit.
Yeah, it was like it's okay to have a joke here and there, but it'd be the one guy would make a joke, and then the kid would make a joke, and then she'd be serious, and it was like, okay, too much joking going on, just too much.
I did like the whole tap water thing though. That was funny.
Yeah, that was funny.
About the fluoride.
Yeah. They had good jokes. Just it was a little bit too much.
I think you're also bringing that up because you brought up that number 2 was much more serious than this.
Yeah. I like the serious nature of it. Because it is a serious thing, you know?
You're getting attacked and you got thrown a joke.
Yeah, it's...
Oh, shoot, Godzilla's about to kill me, but I got slapped in this joke.
It was just like two like, jokesters, but they're also fidgety and anxious, and it was just... I'm like, you're all making my anxiety go up watching you being so anxious all the time.
But I did like the factor of this guy who's the character who's in ATL and Joker, where he's just... I don't remember his name, though, but he's so... paranoid, and he has the podcast, and
which he's supposed to be.
I know, I like it, but
Yes.
I'm saying the conspiracy theorist, like,
Yes.
I really did like that aspect throwing in there, and it makes, I mean, there's big old monsters fighting each other, and you just have this one guy who's just does podcast, and he gets so involved in this, and he finally sees all this craziness. It was awesome. One thing I do want to say, and this is a humongous spoiler.
Why?
Because I really want to talk about it.
Alright, then you need to leave that. Okay.
This is a humongous spoiler. Give you a second to... I don't know how I feel about how they use King Ghidorah's head as a power source.
His skull.
His skull.
Which is pretty cool to see.
Right, but what I was thinking that and I get it, to create the source, to create, and like I said, humongous, but Mecha Godzilla, which I had a feeling from the get-go, but I didn't know how that was going to run. But I didn't know how I felt about that.
Using his dino DNA.
I know, dino DNA at Jurassic Park.
Genetic code.
No, the only thing I didn't like about it is because that skull, I was thinking they were going... Because it is a serpent. I was thinking they were going to try to bring back Monster Zero back.
They still might.
No,
that is totally...
I know. But I'm saying just originally, I was just like...
It didn't go the path you thought.
No, because sometimes... The reason why it bothered me, because sometimes when it comes to companies who does films, or now that we're seeing universes who are creating like 30 films, like DC, Marvel, and now we have this Monsterverse, whatever you want to call it. Mm-hmm. I was scared that they would be like, okay, King Ghidorah's head is gone. And especially with the problem I've been having with what Warner Brothers and these companies are doing, that's why I was worried about that. Sometimes with these type of films, when a resource is used once, it's taken out for the rest of the show, the rest of the whatever. Sometimes that's the case, not all the time, but that's why I was kind of worried about.
His skull.
No, I know.
And
I think they
hinted at it. Spoiled.
There's a second and third.
They're creating their own monsters. So really think about that. So.
No, I know that. Yeah.
I want King Ghidorah back.
Yeah, he's the best villain.
Back.
No, he is my favorite.
Yeah. I have my final thing.
Real quick, adding on to what... Okay, you go ahead.
Okay.
I'll say one last thing after.
You go first.
You sure?
So I want plenty of time to talk about this.
Real quick, the King Kong versus Godzilla scenes, I loved it. The fighting was really fun and all that.
Fun.
But there's two things I want to say about that. One, when he shoved his axe inside Godzilla's mouth, it reminded me when he shoved the tree in his mouth. that exact scene.
I know.
That was funny.
Have to put it in.
Two, it reminded me of Batman vs Superman, with the whole Doomsday, and adding on to that, and then you go ahead. That was the problem I had when Batman vs Superman came out, was that they kind of fed us too much in the marketing aspect when they did commercials. And with Doomsday, when I saw the trailer, I didn't watch the rest of them, but I know that people knew that Mechagodzilla was coming in the last two trailers. I didn't watch the last two. I only watched the first one. But when I saw the red lighting in this one scene, I had a feeling, is that going to be Mechagodzilla? But I only saw the first trailer, and I was like, there has to be Mechagodzilla.
Soiled it.
I was like, that's just crazy. Then supposedly in the second and third one, people kind of figured it out. But it was enough to spoil where it kind of ruined the film. Kind of like how it kind of ruined the whole shock factor in Batman vs. Superman. It took away the shock factor in this movie. And that was kind of the problem I had with the... But that's... HBO's been... Like with Zack Snyder's Justice League, like they... basically put the whole film in the trailer. Like HBO needs to calm down.
We're going down the rabbit hole.
I'm just saying HBO.
My goodness.
HBO got to calm down a little because these trailers are too much. Stop giving us too much. I'd rather have been shocked at Mechagodzilla, even though that was kind of generally the plot line. I would have loved that factor of the only reason why I would think people would have been shocked, they didn't see the trailers or the design of it.
Yeah.
Or people who don't generally know about Godzilla. They would get the shock factor. But for everybody else who's kind of into it or done their research, it kind of ruined it for everybody. That shot that was going, you know.
I know.
What was your thing?
My thing was, and I don't know if anyone else, when it comes to digital art, I'm really picky. And I told you about it, but for some reason, Godzilla's eyes, just like Steppenwolf, are throwing me off when I'm watching the film.
And real quick, she is, and I could probably pull out her art if I
like to draw.
If you wanted me to, do you want me to pull out your art?
No.
All
so.
Right. She could draw really good, like very good.
It throws
not trying
me.
To boast your boat.
Boast my boat.
Whatever the phrase
Don't
is.
boast my boat. That's my new saying.
All right.
His eyes are really tiny and they look really human-like. And it really throws me off because there's plenty of times in this film, specifically, where they do a headshot on him and you can just see his little itty-bitty human eyes. And I don't like it. And you know, they do that close-up too, and he looks like a no-baked peanut butter chocolate cookie. He's so lumpy. I don't know, something with the design in this film threw me off.
Real quick, and because we just started doing the YouTube channel not that long ago, we did do a review on either Godzilla, she brought the same issue every time. Besides the first one, really, because we didn't get a lot of take on it.
Even the second, to me, his look is different in this one.
Are you sure?
To me,
I gotta double check that.
But also in the second one, they didn't do this weird like face frontal shot.
Yeah.
And you see it didn't emphasize as much as itty bitty little eyes.
The only time
and his lump of gump face, and I don't know.
Well, the only time you really saw his face, you're right. The only time you really saw his face in 1 and 2 was when he was actually doing some type of movement.
It's always been like a side profile or really from a distance. This was really zoomed in and it didn't look right to me.
Or when he opens up his mouth. I'm saying
I'm gonna have to find a picture of it.
No, you're right though. He's doing some type of movement in 1 and 2, and this one was a straight, like direct.
Like they were
shot.
trying to make Godzilla look too human.
Ish.
I don't know. Threw me off. They did a good job on Kong's though. I think Kong Skull Island, the graphics of him weren't as good as it was in this one.
And I love how and real quick too, I did like that they kind of somewhat explained. Well, they didn't know why he was growing natural, like he was just growing, but at least they acknowledged it rather than just saying, "Yeah, he was 2 feet tall and now he's 30 feet tall." No, they actually did say, "I don't know why he's growing. It's just crazy. He's just he's double sized since we got him or what." Like I was fine with them at least acknowledging it. Rather than just saying, "Yeah, when we picked him up, he was 2 feet, and now he's 30." Yeah. I'm happy they at least acknowledged it.
They explained it right out the bat.
Yeah. No, it was a good film overall.
It was. I still just prefer the second one.
Yeah, I do too.
So.
Just, well, for me, there's one main reason. King Monster Zero. But yeah, we do appreciate watching, appreciate listening, and until then, though, we'll talk to you later. Peace!